Lots of changes in this year's tax season. Today I just wanted to give you a formal update on the filing deadlines, a couple of things you can do to still reduce your 2020 taxes, and provide the official IRS update on the unemployment change that was signed in the most recent stimulus bill, and what you need to do if you already filed your taxes before the stimulus bill was signed. Hey everyone, welcome to Healthy, Wealthy, and Wise, the channel where we talk all things that improve our financial wellness. My name is Kevin, and as always, I want to give a shout out to the community, and if you're new to the channel, I'd love to welcome you on board. Just push that little red subscribe button. It's totally free. Alright, so let's jump into it. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I wanted to give you some updates on filing your 2020 taxes as of April 1st, 2021. And there are some changes whether you filed or haven't filed. And I think it's just really important to know, so let's just jump into it. Alright, as you can see, I have the IRS website up, and we have two articles we're going to talk about today. So I highlighted some of the areas that are most important, so we'll talk about those. So the first article says IRS extends additional tax deadlines for individuals to May 17th. So this was already announced on March 17th that the federal income tax filing due date for individuals for the 2020 tax year was extended from April 15th, which is our typical tax deadline, to May 17th, 2021. Now, as you can guess, one of the biggest reasons for the extension has to do with the pandemic and some of the issues related to it, and also partly due to the latest stimulus bill, which we'll talk about particularly when it comes to the unemployment issue. So one of the most important things on here as we scroll down is that the time to make contributions to IRAs and health savings accounts are extended to May 17th. Now, I've talked before many times on the great things about health savings accounts and IRAs. And in fact, I had a specific video just a little while ago, which I'll link for you in the description, that talks about some of the things you can do to still reduce your taxes for 2020, even though it's 2021. Now, everything in that video still holds true. The only thing different is that you now have more time to still fund your IRA and health savings accounts for last year, and that extension goes to May 17th, same day as the tax filing deadline. So as you can see here on your screen, as I highlighted from, again, right from the IRS website, that individuals can still make 2020 contributions to their IRAs, whether they're traditional IRA or a Roth IRA, health savings accounts, Archer medical savings accounts, and Coverdale education savings accounts. So again, there's not much you can usually do once you're into the next calendar year to reduce your taxes, but if you haven't fully funded them, definitely take the opportunity to look at that right now. And again, if you need more information, I have that video that I'll link, and I also have a lot of other information on health savings accounts, and other videos. In fact, I have a whole playlist on that. Definitely check that out if you need more information for that. Scrolling down, just one other thing to keep in mind here. As you can see highlighted, estimated tax payment due April 15th. So what this notice is saying is that it does not change the April 15th, 2021 deadline for estimated tax payments. Those payments are still due on April 15th. So if you owe money, for that first quarter, that's not getting pushed back. So this really focuses mostly on people who do not have tax withholding from their work. So again, your self-employment type of people, those are the kind of things that are covered generally in this one. So just keep in mind there, if you make estimated tax payments, that does not get delayed. You still have to do that on April 15th. So the second article I wanted to cover is this one, where it says IRS to recalculate taxes on unemployment benefits, refunds to start in May. So this has to do with the latest stimulus bill that got signed on March 11th, which obviously came later than a lot of people filed their taxes. Well, there was a big change in the stimulus bill, so a lot of people think about the checks that they got, but one of the big things was in that bill was that the first $10,200 for eligible taxpayers that were unemployment for 2020 could have that income excluded from their adjusted gross income. So because this is important, I want to read this right from the screen. So this allows taxpayers who earned less than $150,000 in modified adjusted gross income to exclude unemployment compensation up to $20,400 if married filing jointly, and $10,200 for all other eligible taxpayers, particularly again if you're filing single. The legislation excludes only 2020 unemployment benefits from taxes. So this does not go to other years. This is just for 2020. So scrolling down, we see that for the taxpayers who already have filed and figured their tax based on the full amount of unemployment compensation, the IRS will determine the correct taxable amount of unemployment compensation and tax. Any resulting overpayment of tax will either be refunded or applied to other outstanding taxes owed. So when this bill came out, there was some question of what you were supposed to do if you had unemployment for that year, and you were told at that point not to amend your filing, just to sort of wait for some guidance. Well, this is the official guidance. So what it's saying here is that for everybody that already did file their taxes, the IRS will do recalculations in 2 phases. The first one will be the one using the $10,200 exclusion. So this is going to be, again, for most people that are filing single. The IRS will then adjust returns for those married filing jointly taxpayers who are eligible for the up to $20,400 exclusion and others with more complex returns. Now this again is the big thing. So at the beginning I asked, what do you need to do? Now this is the part that's really nice, is that there is no need for taxpayers to file an amended return unless the calculations make the taxpayer newly eligible for additional federal credits and deductions not already included in the original tax return. So this makes things a lot easier for anybody that filed taxes already. There's a lot of questions when this first came out from the bill, like what do we do? And a lot of people wanted to run to do an amendment. However, there was the guidance from a lot of the software and the IRS was to wait, that they would give you more guidance on what to expect and what you would have to do. And what we can see here is, luckily, unless it really changes something else for you, you don't need to amend the filing, in that the IRS will automatically adjust this, and then they'll make the refunds to you, and again, that starts in May. And then the last thing to talk about is for people that have not filed their taxes yet, that again have the unemployment benefit that they can now use. It says here that the IRS has worked with all the tax return preparation software industry, and so those updates are already into the software. So there really will be nothing else you need to do. All those calculations will be taken care of going forward. So really this was about the best fix they could have done for most people, in that it's automatic if you've already filed, again, unless it really affects something where you then need to amend it. But for most people, you won't need to amend it. And then again, for people going forward that haven't filed and are taking advantage of the extension to May 17th, where basically you complete your filing and it's done and you don't have to do anything else. There will be no readjustments because it's going to be taken care of in the software. Anyway, so there's your updates for this tax season. Again, very confusing, and we've had 2 tough years of taxes because of the pandemic. But again, there are some benefits here for some people. Again, this probably mostly for people that like to wait to do their taxes. Again, you have an extension. It gives you another opportunity to look at your IRAs and HSAs as far as trying to make sure they were fully funded so you can get the maximal tax benefit of them. And then again, if you have unemployment from last year, like so many people had, there's again an opportunity that if you've already filed your taxes, you don't have to do anything about it. In most cases, you'll get an adjustment, and that again, that'll be paid throughout the summer. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful, and if you did, please push that like button. It really helps the channel. And again, if you're new to the channel and you are interested in keeping up to date on things like taxes and HSAs and IRAs, and you'd like to do some investing, particularly in newer companies. We cover a lot with IPOs, SPACs, and direct listings. If you're interested in any of those things, definitely consider joining the channel. I mean, we'd love to have you on board. We're continuing to grow, and love to have you be part of the journey with me. All right, so I just want to thank you for watching and hope you have a great rest of your day. Take care.